Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I'm back working in my wedding journal, carrying on from the last video. I just thought I'd show you what I did to finish it off, and then we'll carry on working, decorating some tags and pockets and the things that I have sitting here waiting to be decorated. I haven't actually put anything away from the last video. I thought I'd just carry on and do another one while I had all the stuff out. So this is what I made. This is the flip out envelope piece that I made to go in the journal. It's going to be sewn in. I need to do that fairly soon. So this was the pocket, and I've just decorated it with some lace, just to cover up some of the slightly dodgy edges and things, and I just think it looks nice anyway to have a bit of decoration, a bit of lace on it, lace on the edge here, so where it folds over I put this nice piece of lace, so it just edges it here. I put a journal card in. This is the card I showed you actually. This journal card I thought went quite nicely in this pocket. It fitted beautifully. So that's got to go in there. And I just pop that in, and it's just sticking out enough, and the colours all tone in nicely. And then inside I put on the, I can't remember if I showed you. It's been a couple of days since I actually did the video. So I did stick in this side tuck with the vellum, and I popped in this little journal card. It's just backed there. I haven't sewn around it. It was a bit small, and I couldn't face sewing around such a tiny thing, so I didn't. So that's gone in there. And then I did in the end decide to put a pocket on here. I actually did that this morning. I thought it could do with just another little thing here. So this was the tag I think I planned to put in here. I think I did show you that. But in the end I thought it looked better like this, with its own little vellum pocket. And I think that just completes the whole little flip out there. So that seals with the Velcro. I don't know if I showed you. I just cut the little pieces of Velcro I had in half, because you don't need a great big circle. So I just cut them in half, did a couple of little semicircles, and that attaches like that. And I think that looks quite nice. And then the other side I backed with this, also from the same kit, so it all goes in keeping. The colours work quite well, and I thought that looks lovely, just like it is, just with the bit of lace. That's all it needs. I don't want anything else on there. And I do need to put a card in here, which I haven't sorted out yet. And then the other side of the flip, so that where the so this is going to be the back part. This is where the flap was that I said hadn't worked out, and I spent the past couple of days trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this flap, and in the end I've taken these two pieces from these two digitals from the Calico Collage kit, Love Story, cut them to a size that I thought worked quite well, so it's slightly bigger than the other envelope, but not as big as the full page. So I just think I cut it down. I love that. I think she's beautiful. I'm going to put some lace on. I have sewn around it, and I backed both pieces with some coffee dyed digital, just to give it a bit more thickness and strength. So that was what was bothering me. I wasn't quite sure. They just seemed a bit too flimsy just to put two pieces of paper together. So I've just doubled them up with some coffee dye, and then if you look inside, you're not seeing just blank page. And then on the other side, it's from the same kit, and it says Ceremony, and it's got this lovely, I suppose it's like a poem about marrying in the different months. And they're marrying in June, so the bit that's June says, "Marry when June roses blow, over land and sea you'll go." Well, actually they're getting married in Rhodes on one of the Greek islands, so it actually feels quite appropriate that over land and sea you'll go, because they are going to be going over land and sea to where they get married. So that seems quite a nice, and I really wanted to work this in somehow. I just quite like this whole marry when the near is new, and then goes through each of the months of the year, what will happen if you get married in that year. So I just thought that was quite a nice little thing to put in, and the colours I thought went quite nicely. Obviously it doesn't need to go with this because it's going to be another side part of the signature, but it goes really well in the bit of the signature that I've planned for it. So I think that looks quite nice, and I will put some lace around here because I've sewn around it, but I sewed it from this side, which was, to me, seemed to make most sense, because I didn't want to have to cover any of this with lace, otherwise you won't be able to see the words. But I can put some lace around here if I feel it needs it, which I think it might do, certainly down this edge. A little bit of lace might go on there. So I thought what I'd do now is to make the journal card to go in this pocket here. Not sure about the card for this one, I'll think about that. I might already have one that can work. But I do have an idea of what I wanted to do for that one. And I've got this is one of the Mrs. Coggs digitals. I certainly did a journal card for the other wedding journal with this digital. I also made the card that I made when I sent it to my friend. I used this because I just love this image. I love the colours, the soft pinks, and just the whole image. I really love it. So I thought I really need to do something with that for this journal. So I've got this piece of this is actually from this book. It was one of the opening pages. It's quite nice thick paper, and it's nice and plain on the back, so I thought I might use that as the writing side of the journal card. Cut this to the size to fit in my pocket, and then layer up the image. And I've got this, which is from the Creamy Roses kit, as a backing piece because the colours go so well with it. So that's the plan. So what I need to do is cut this to size to make it fit. And so I don't want it to be too tight a fit. So I'll cut it to about here, and we'll see how it looks. Height-wise, it's about right. I think I might just trim it a touch, because it's got this, like where this joined to the book, it's got this sort of slight little fold along here. I might just trim that off to make it flatter. That's quite a good sized journaling card. Let's see how it goes in here. Might feel a bit flimsy at the moment, but I think once I've layered it up with the other papers, it'll be quite good, and it will be quite thick enough, and I will sew around it afterwards. So I think it's going to go in there quite nicely, and I should probably put a tab on it. So the next thing I want to do, I want to cover that side, is put the backing on. So that's what I need to do now. Glue that on. Oh, it's getting quite warm. The heating's coming on. Can you believe it? We've still got our heating on. It's the middle of May, and the heating's coming on, and we need it. It's been the most horrible weather for the last goodness knows how many weeks and months. We just haven't had a horrible April. Cold nights, chilly days, and May has just been a write-off, really. It's been chilly, it's been wet, it's been quite miserable. No sign of, well, not much sign of spring, and we're nearly into summer, and I'm not sure we've got much summer on the horizon either yet. So, I mean, my long sleeve t-shirts are normally well packed away by now. I should be in my summer t-shirts or summer dresses, and this time last year we were out in the garden most of the time, you know, in summer clothes. But not this year. I suppose we'll get some nice weather eventually, maybe. Never mind. We don't need to have sunshine when we're in our craft room, do we? But it would be nice. It would be nice just to have some. I think even if you're not outside in it, a bit of sunshine just lifts the spirits. Okay. You can still see the writing through there a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not sure how much writing will get done in this journal. I don't even know. Don't know what they'll do with it really, but I'm enjoying making it, so I'm not going to worry. They can do with it whatever they like. In case I haven't mentioned it, this is the one for my nephew. The one that the other journal, the first one, was originally intended for. And then my friend, my young friend that I used to work with, took me by surprise and got married rather sooner than I expected. And I had intended to make her one as well. We were so uncertain about what was going to happen with travel and things. We weren't sure that this wedding was even going to go ahead this year at one time. They still, you know, so I made the decision to give the first journal to my friend, and I knew she would love it, and she really did. She absolutely loved it. So it went to the right person. But I still felt I wanted to make one for my nephew, particularly I think his fiancée will enjoy it, enjoy all the lace, and perhaps, you know, she might feel like using it, putting things in it. I don't know, but I think she might like it. Right, so it's a little bit bumpy there, where there's a bit of a glue that hasn't quite. Well, I missed it a little bit with the glue, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to cover up. I think I might trim it a bit more, top and bottom. I might put some lace on as well. Let me trim her out again. I'll just trim it up a little. Don't want too much white space around it. Trim that and trim it at the top as well. It's a bit better, I think. Now I think I'd quite like to put some lace behind it, but I'm going to ink it first. I've got the ink I've been using occasionally with this journal is Victorian Velvet, because I think the colour is like a warm pink, and I think that goes quite nicely with the colours in some of these digitals. And it does go beautifully with this particular image. So it's just, and then it won't be quite so blending into the background as well. Right, so that goes there, but I'm feeling the need, as is often the case, to back it with some lace. So I need to find a fairly thin lace, I think. I don't want it to be over bulky. So let me see what I've got. I got some lace out for doing some of the ephemera pieces with, just little pieces of lace, but I actually want a bigger piece, so let me have a look. Lace or some cheesecloth. I've got a box of bits here. I've often used this one. This is quite a nice one. Might see if that will work. I'm almost out of this now. This was I think it was one of the first things I bought. It was a top I bought in a charity shop, and it's great for backing on this kind of thing because it's really pretty, but it's very thin. It's very, no, it's not too bulky, so it goes quite nicely as a backing lace. And I haven't got a lot of that's as thin as this, so yeah, I'm gonna I'm going to have to go and find go around the charity shops again and have another look, see if I can find something similar. Not found anything quite like this since. Let's put this along here. And I need to straighten up that bottom piece, don't I? Okay. I'll just straighten up the bottom edge. Lay that on like that. I'm going to ink around the main card as well. Yeah, I think that looks nice. It just gives it that soft edge. That looks quite pretty. Layering behind. Right, so I'm going to ink around here. I think I'll probably round the corners as well, which will make life interesting when I come to sewing around it, although I think I'll probably zigzag. I find it much easier to go round corners with zigzag stitch than I do with the straight stitch, especially, well, if they're rounded corners in particular. I can do normal corners with a straight stitch, no problem, but when it comes to when you're doing a straight stitch and then you have to go round a corner, well, you've all seen my sewing. It's not the best. Not in those circumstances. It's not. Sometimes I really, it goes really well and I go sailing around and I think, oh, that one's all right. And the next time I do it, I mess it up completely and go right off the edge or something. So I think I'll probably zigzag around this once I've rounded the corners. Actually, I should have rounded the corners before I did the inking, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. I'll do that now. I did actually have a problem with this last time I used it, so I ordered a new corner rounder and now it's working fine. It's always the way, isn't it? So I've now got a choice of two. I'll carry on working with the old one for now. Whoop. What's wrong with it? It's got a bit jammed up. So you end up with this weird wonky corner, I don't know. Hopefully I can tidy that up. Seems to happen regularly and I always forget to empty it as often as I should, which is why that happens. You can always tell when it's working because it really gives a bit of resistance, and then when it goes through too easily you know that the corner's going to come out a bit wonky. Hoping when I ink it, when it's been sewn, it won't really show. Okay. Maybe I'll try out the new one next time. I think part of the problem was I was trying to do the corners before the item I was working on, but the glue wasn't really dry, so of course it jammed because I was being impatient. It's never a good idea. I think it's that way round, is it? No, that way round. Alright, let's put a bit of, I think I'll use the art glitter glue just because it's a bit of a lighter touch glue when you're doing this kind of fine lace. Oop. Okay. Just get an idea of where I need to put the glue. And just do a few dots. I'm just going to do a fairly light coating because it just needs to catch it down, because when I stick the image on top I can always do a little bit more glue if anything is sticking up. Pull it down. I think I've got this right way around. No, I think that's right. Not always easy to tell with some of these laces which way round it's meant to be, which is fine. That means it doesn't really matter which side you do it. If you can't tell, then you don't need to worry. Just make sure the corners are down so they don't catch when we put it in the pocket. And the other one. Okay. Now I think I might try using Fabri-Tac to actually adhere the image, just because it's going onto the lace, and that might not work quite as well. Okay, so I'm just going to, I've topped up my bottle, so with any luck it'll come out without too much trouble. It'll probably come out in a flood. We'll see. Do it away from the actual journal card and see. It's coming out quite nicely. Behaving very well. Or was that speaking too soon? Getting nice light coverage. Just make sure the sides are well down, because we don't want anything catching as it goes in and out the pocket. There we are. Now let's see if I can find a nice little phrase. I know I've got one, but I don't think I've used it. I did one called Hands Entwined, which I thought would be quite appropriate on this one. See if I can find it in my little ephemera box. I've got one with just all the words. Here we are. I think this is the wordy one. Oops. Everything's falling over. Right, so I've got a whole bunch of little phrases and words that I printed onto vellum, on a few other bits that I've cut out from some of the scrapbooking kits. So I've got that, which is quite nice. Maybe I might use that on something else. See if I can find my hands entwined. Whoop, where's that gone? Gathered together, no. And that's just happy together, so that might work. Not together forever. Let's see what else we've got. Always and forever. Together forever. Everything but the one I'm after, of course. Should never have the idea of what you want to use. You never, aha, here. Having said that, found it. Hands entwined, just because that's what it shows on the image, and I just thought that one would be quite a nice one to have on there. Now I've got all these words all over the place that I've got to try and tidy away, otherwise it will just disappear under a pile of paper as usual. Or they'll all end up on the floor. Always an option. Not my favourite because they're very difficult to pick up if you drop them on the floor, these little tiny pieces. Okay, let's just see if I can grab them and move them out of the way, because I will be using them again on some of the other pieces once I finish this one. I'll just pop them there. Get rid of that. Okay, so we've got hands entwined, which I think would look quite nice down here. Probably use exactly the same phrase on the other journal card that I made with this kit, with this image, but that's for somebody else, so I need to just trim that off a little. Yeah. Okay, now I need to put something along the edge to indicate that it's a pull out. So do I use more lace or do I use a tab? Actually, the other thing I'd quite like to put on here, but I don't know if it'll make it if it'll make it catch too much, is a little flower in the corner. Oh, one way up. See more easily if I put. Not too big. Which looks quite nice there, and the colours are right. Okay, I might try that. Glue it down well. It should. It may not actually catch too much. I'm just going to try another one here. This one hasn't got any glitter on it. Spare leaf. Maybe that one's better. Alright, I think I'll put that on. There's always the chance I can always add a little touch of glitter afterwards. I won't do it right now because then I won't be able to try it out in the pocket. So if I glue it down well, it shouldn't catch. And it's quite a roomy pocket, so I think there's room to put this in. And I just quite like having this little flower in the corner. I think that just finishes it off rather nicely. Okay, let's see how it looks. So, go in like this. Very nice. And then, so I need something here. Let's see what we've got in the way of. What I think I'd like is some coral lace. I think some pinky colour. This isn't coral, but I don't know if it'll go. It's like a dusky pink, really. I'm not sure how well it goes, but let's. Okay, I forgot the camera was going to turn itself off. I wasn't keeping an eye on the time, was I? So, yeah. So while the camera was off, it turned itself off, I also found some coral to see which colour would look best. I've got this, which, well, how will it work with the, it's also got to, because it's going to be sticking out of here. I'm not sure that actually works. This might look better. a slightly daintier colour. It's so dainty, it's almost, might need it on both sides so it's thick enough. What else have I got? Have I got any other options? I've got another sort of dusky pink, which might be a bit thicker, which might show up a bit better. A little more time. I've got to see how's this going to work with this. It looks quite nice with this colour. I think it will work possibly better. So how do I put it on? Do I just put it on like that? Let's just cut a piece and see. I can always, if it's too flimsy, I could always then put up another one the other side. Okay, let's try that. A fair amount of glue, make sure it grabs, particularly on where it's overlapping on the lace. There. And stick that down for a moment. Where's my card? A little card, I'll just press it down with that. Give it a moment because I think the art glitter glue just needs a moment. Then when it gets tacky it grabs really quickly, but when it's wet it takes a little bit longer, especially if I've put it on fairly thickly. It might just take a little bit more, a moment or two longer to properly grab. Still hasn't quite done it, but actually, as it happens, I'm planning to sew around this, so I shall be able to sew across the lace anyway, so it will be fine. Let's just see how it looks. If it looks too flimsy, just to have it on one side. Whether I need to put another piece on the other side. It looks really pretty sticking out there. And it looks the same from the other side. And if I put lace on here, I'm going to be covering up a bit of the words, some of the words. So I think I might just leave it like that. And once I've sewn it, I think it will be fine. Because it won't just pull off then if they just get hold of the lace. And then I'm wondering whether to put that lace down the edge here. That'll pull it in, won't it? One of these two, but this one. It's quite nice soft one. I like it when the lace is soft. I don't know why. This one is a bit stiff. I think it's softening as I'm using it, or as I'm handling it, but I just wonder, this bit of lace along the edge here would look quite nice. I think I quite like that. Sorry about the noise on my phone, it's some sort of notification. Don't know what that was. Okay, I think I might just do that. Might put that there. Just trim it up. And then you've got the little tab here and it will just... I'm going to have to do something here because it's the back of the sewing. It doesn't look too good on this side, so I'm not sure, but I might have to just put some little something up in the corner here. Don't know what yet, but I do like the lace along there. Okay, I think I might fabric tack it. It's come out a little bit thick. And again. Always does this to me when I'm filming and on camera. These weird noises coming from my phone. It's probably something really uninteresting that I'm being notified about. Right, just spread that out a little bit with my thumb just so it's not too thick. But it's really tacky, so the lace should grab nice and fast. Now I can cover up some of the dodgy sewing on that's, you know, the back of the sewing. There we are. That's not right. That's better. Okay. She's rather nice. I think that looks quite good there. Still not quite trim that properly. There we go. That's better. And then that can pop in here. Just need to remember it's got to be sewn first. In there. There we are. Yeah, I think that works all right. Okay, so put that aside. Now I need to start looking at some of the ephemera pieces that I want to, let's put that back in the box, that I want to decorate. It's got lace stuck to me now. Right, so make a bit of space. Now I've got this tag, which is really quite plain, but I've used some of the beautiful digital from the Liana scrap kit. So what I wanted to do with this is just cover it with lace, just make it look really pretty and lacy. So I've got a few scraps over here, bits and pieces I might want to use. Not sure how it's going to work out. I've got this piece, which is, it was just a scrap. I think it was in a scrap bag that I bought, but it's got that real weddingy look about it. I just think that's so beautiful, so I might just pop that across there. It's got this lovely embroidery. I'm trying to work out which is the right side. I think this is the side, so I might pop that along the bottom there. Absolutely beautiful, this little piece. And it just screams wedding. Wedding. I mean, it looks like it could come from it could have been on a veil or something like that. So I might just pop that there. And then I've got this lace. I always find it quite tricky sort of layering up these sort of things, but I'm going to give it a go. I've got some coffee tied lace here, well, lace trimming. It's actually, I think this is a sleeve from a top that I bought, and I coffee dyed it just so I'd have a different colour occasionally to use. And I thought I haven't used a lot of it. I managed to make it quite dark, which wasn't really the intention, but it might work on here just for some contrast. Put that up here. Don't know if it's too much of a contrast, it might be. I've got this lacy hanky, which is very, very delicate. And I might use a bit of that along the edge. So pretty. And when it's stuck down, I'll just trim off some of the edges. I want to make that less of a hard edge there. Let's see. Maybe I'll put it on. Maybe I'll put it down here. What else have I got? A little strip of that one I've just used on the journal card. Which way around does that go? That way. Don't know. Might go there. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. I did have. I got this doily, which I found when we were clearing out our garage. I don't know. I don't know where it was. It was in a box somewhere. No idea where it's come from. But I quite like it. But I'm not sure if it's a bit bulky to go on here. That's the back of it, I think. And then there's this piece of pink, which also might make a nice little bit of contrast. Don't know, I'm just trying it out. Don't know how this is all going to look. So this is the piece I really want on here. Maybe I should stick with just another bit of that. Where'd the other piece go? Here it is. Put that up here. Just make it very... And then put a couple of little bit at the join, just to bring in some pink. Because there's pink in this journal, as you might have noticed. Quite a lot of pink. What have I got here? Don't know whether to use this piece or not now. Or whether to use a bit of this. Let's cut off this little lacy bit. And cut off some seam along the side, which is proving it a little bit difficult to cut. There we are. Do a bit of that, a bit of pink. And maybe a little something down the edge. Still trying to work out which side is it. I think it's that side. Oops. Go down there. Okay, I think that might be alright. I definitely think I want to use up this beautiful piece. I might as well just do it, put it all on, and then just do a little extra few bits, I think, perhaps over the top. A bit of contrast, we'll see. I'm just going to cover the tag, and then I'll put extra glue when bits don't stick. Bit experimental this. I knew I wanted it to be lacy, but when you actually come to sticking it on, it's got to look right, hasn't it? It's got to look intentional, not just a mess. So let's just And this is such a beautiful piece of lace. I've got to use it properly, make it shine. And put that there. So it actually covers the tag. I think I'm going to do some spots with some Fabri-Tac where the lumpy bits are, where some of these thicker pieces of embroidery needs a bit more than just, I think, the old art glitter glue under here, I think. Something's not quite laying right there. Might have to trim that a little. Just got a little fuzzy piece. Right, and how are you sticking? Oh, it's not too bad. I need this little bit to have some Fabri-Tac on. Make sure it sticks. And this little piece here. So much easier to work with when the bottle's full. You do a little squeeze and out it comes. Right, now this corner here I think needs a little bit of extra. And this little bit down here. How are we doing? Apart from getting covered in glue. Now I just wonder if I need much more than that. Whether any more lace will actually spoil it in some way. Just got to trim off that tiny little corner there. Just feel it might need just a few little more touches. I've got to be careful. Don't want to spoil it. Not sure about the pink. Maybe not. So difficult to know what's a good idea to use. Well, I know what I do. I know. Not lace. I'm going to use a few little pearls, I think. Some little adhesive pearls. Maybe that will just be enough to give it that finishing touch. And then it allows it's really pretty. I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up a bit to the camera, see if you can see this beautiful embroidery on this lace. It's just so gorgeous. I'm really reluctant to put any more on because I just think it just looks weddingy just as it is. Right, but I think it'd be quite nice to perhaps have happen to have my little box handy with me. Bits of blingy stuff, but I'm going down the pearly route rather than the sparkly route, I think. I tend to lean more towards pearls than sparkle most of the time. It's a case of whether I use the creamy pearl or whether I try and introduce a little bit of pink, which I think I'd quite like to do. I've got if I can get it out, quite a delicate pink pearl down the bottom here. This one. Ooh, I've got those. Ooh. What else have I got? I think I've got the pink in the small size as well, I think. At least I did have, yes, they're hiding. Got a few left. Alright, let's get rid of the ones that I'm definitely not using. I've got these really tiddly widdly bright pink ones, but they're not right either. If I can get hold of them. Right, they can go in there. And that one. Now, these are really pretty. I wonder if I could put those on, just dot them around. Had these for a long time. Where would be a good place to put them? One there. Maybe one at the bottom. Nestling down there. Let's try that. Put one at the bottom and then I'll see where the other one should go. If they haven't stuck too hard, I'll lift them up and put a bit more glue on them just to make sure. Got that one there. Now, maybe this one needs to come up a little higher. Yes, it will. It will lift, so I need to put more glue on it. Just a little bit higher there. And then this one, kind of in the middle. How about that? Pretty. Yeah. Okay, so I need to put a bit more glue on them, I think. Just to make sure, because they're really not adhering particularly well. God knows how long I've had them. They've been knocking around for some years. Finally I get to use them. It's always good to hang on to things. Sometimes I keep thinking I really need to have a clear out and just chuck some stuff that I'm never going to use, but you just... Oh, is it upside down? Yes, it's upside down. Oh no. Oh dear, that teach me. Don't talk and craft. Can't do it, Karen. Even though that's what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm on here. But if I don't concentrate, I make boo-boos. Right, there's one. And then this is this second one to go, which I'm going to put in the middle-ish. Just where it seems to work. Oop, it's quite gluey. So will that go there? Yeah, I think that will go there. Actually, I'm not sure I'm going to get anything else done apart from this one little tag. The time has gone so fast. I just don't know how it goes so quickly. I seem to achieve so little in the time that, well, nobody really wants to watch a video that's much more than an hour. Right, and this one I'll put some glue on here. Let's hope that lasts. I'm just wondering if I need to put in a little bit of pink just to lift it a bit, or whether that's going to be overdoing it. I might just try out, lay some on and trying to do it without trying to get the glue on this, and it just jumps out of my fingers. It's hard to get hold of without covering it so that I can't get the glue on it. Right, there we go. We have glue. We just have to remember to put it the right way up. And the right way around. There we go. Also, like it had little pockets on the lace that just cried out for something extra. Right, let's just make sure they're nice and stuck down. Okay, so that's that. Now, do I need any more? I need to trim it just a touch around the corner here. box out of the way. Okay, so I have these little pink pearls, and I'm just wondering if a little bit of pink here and there, and maybe a strip of 3. I've only got this odd strip of 2, but I could do 3. Just at the sides, a couple of places up here and down there. I think maybe I will. Just do a little bead of glue. Just bring in a little bit of pink, delicate pink. Just cut off the little strip. Maybe I should have peeled it back before I cut it, because it's fiddly to get hold of now. My fingers are so gluey, I can't peel it back. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Now they need to go on straight. No, I'm not sure about that now. Maybe a bit there and a bit there. Right. They're on now, so I think maybe they should have gone up further. I think it's okay. Okay, this time I thought I might peel and then cut, but I don't think it's making it much easier. There we are. Okay, cut 3 off. Put it there. Actually, yeah, I quite like just that little touch of delicate pink. But too much glue. There we go. Okay. Well, I think that is very weddingy, that little tag. Right, so let's put these away. I'll put them over here on the box in case I need to get at them again. I just need to think about the topper now, don't I? Just trying to find something that might just enhance the tag without detracting from it. Oh. No, I'm going to have to give some thought to that. I'm running out of time, really. I don't want to rush it and do something and then regret it. So I need to think about how I'm going to put the topper on this, because I don't want to ruin it now. I love how it is at the moment. Really weddingy. I might not even put a topper on. I'm not sure. I might just leave it like that. Maybe that's it. I mean, not everybody puts toppers on every tag. I tend to do it because I think, oh, it needs a topper, but actually, I'm not sure it does on this occasion. So there we are. I think that's not a massive achievement for the day, I'm afraid. It's the way it goes, and I shall just have to carry on and decorate some more off camera. So I've got this journal card done to go into my envelope flip out, and this lacy, gorgeous weddingy journal card tag finished as well and decorated. So that's it for today. Time's gone so fast. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see where I get to in the next one. I'll probably do some more work off camera now and come back when I start to put the journal together. Okay, thanks for joining me. Bye.